Hey everybody, alright, so we are online. Alright, so guys, we're going to be doing something, well, different from me at least. I'm going to be talking to a filmmaker named Dario Shields. He's from Montego Bay and he's a filmmaker on the rise. He's been doing a lot of, really good things. And, I also want to talk about how filmmakers are coping with this COVID-19 thing. It's a really distressing thing for a lot of filmmakers out there. A lot of a lot of jobs have been lost. A lot of shootings not going on. So I want to talk to Dario about his perspective, especially being in Montego Bay, where film is not as um, you know film is not as rampant as it is in Kingston. So let me see if I can find Dario and bring him in. Dario, are you online? So I can add you. Where are you? Let me just find him right now. Dario. There he is, Dario. So let me invite him to this. Oh, there he is. Okay, great. Cool. All right, Dario. So I'm gonna try and get you in on this. Just invited you, so let's see if you're going to be jumping on right now. All right, Dario, it's connected. Dario, log on.
There, man. There.
Cool. Boy, you're shrouded in darkness, so.
So what?
In the darkness, I see you like the mystery.
No, man, I just saw me set up, man. I just saw me set up. But it's fine. I'm pretty sure that it's not my face people want to see, but what I have to say, right?
Maybe
And
the
plus, I.
ladies want to see, maybe the ladies want to see the face. Come on. Okay. So, so I was just telling the people online that, I brought you on because you are a filmmaker on the rise. You've been doing some really good things in Montego Bay and in Jamaica for that matter. So I want to bring you on and talk to you. And, I wanted us, after talking to you about your journey, I want to talk about basically how COVID-19 is affecting filmmakers. You can tell me how it's affecting you, how you see it affecting other filmmakers and such. But before we get there, first of all, let me congratulate you on making it to the first round of the 2020 Propeller competition. Right?
Well,
Big
well,
on
respect.
that one.
Respect.
I
Just me,
remember,
big.
I remember some time ago you told me that one of these days you're going to make it in Propeller, and you've gotten this far, and I'm definitely hoping that you get on to the next round because the next round is the big round.
Well, I am not nervous. I'll tell you that much. I am not nervous. You understand? I did a bag of praying that day. You get me? So like a bag of praying, a bag of friends, and you knew how it
Yeah,
was for
man.
me. You
Yep.
get me? I say? But I mean,
Yep.
I've linked up with a couple of my friends and coaches and stuff, to help me to fine tune the script and thing for the next round.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping for the best. But like I said, with or without it, it's something that I really, really want to do from long
Right.
time. But I just love what Propeller is doing, which is one of the reasons why I decided that I wanted to do this film with them because as good as I am in film, I think
Big up to
that
Jafta.
getting.
Jafta is actually online with us. I see them watching. So big up to Jafta.
Oh yeah, man,
Um,
truly blessings, guys. Thank you
I
so much for taking the chance.
see Marlon Nova in Rome. I see Raman Walker. I see who else is here? Odin, Andrew Shanor, Mona Reese, Sucecia,
So
bag of people.
Cecilia,
Yeah.
thank you,
Yes, man. You know
Cecilia.
Sucecia, right?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
congrats to Sucecia as well. Sucecia got into the top 10. So,
Yes, man.
she got into the first round. So, she as well. I'm wishing her all the best in getting into the next round. So, pick up yourself.
Yeah, man, and congrats as well. Congrats as well. Thank you.
Yeah, I know
Respect,
you
Mark.
definitely worked hard to get into Propeller. I was there. I was there the many nights after midnight, you listen to it after to read this. All right.
Oh boy, well, trust me, when I heard the name called, I was like, well, I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
shocked. Like, honestly, I'm thankful though, honestly. Like, because it's just something that I really, really wanted to do, and especially after seeing that film last year, Flight. I said, Jano,
Yeah,
like, I want to do something that can touch people like that. You get me? I
yeah,
said,
man.
so
It's a beast. Life is
I
a
think,
beast.
I think Knock Knock. I don't know. It's a very different film, but I think that it has the potential to touch others like
Mm-hmm.
that, which is one of the reasons why I said, I wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it through the guidelines. Well, not necessarily the guideline, but the guidance of Propeller, because I like what they stand for. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So.
man. Yeah, man. Wait, before we go any further into that, though, tell the people who you are. 'Cause I don't know if everybody online knows who you are. So tell everybody about Dario, and I mean, tell them about all the accolades because Dario is not a nobody. So talk to the people there.
I've been trying to go down a little humble path to not talk about
Mhm.
myself. But my name is Dario. I think they know that. But a few years ago, in 2011, I started off as well. I was actually going to school, and I was invited to go and see the movie called Get a Life. And
Mhm.
I was the head of the performing. I was the president for the performing arts for COMC, Montego Bay Community College in Mobay.
Right.
And I saw the movie and I was like, I had some issues with the movie, but I also really liked it, the storyline of it. And the thing is that the storyline of it matched the name of my novel, right? Because I just
All right.
released a novel. My novel is called Get a Born God Raised, and the movie is called Get Alive.
So you do
Huh?
novel too? You do
Yeah,
novels too? Brother,
really?
wow. Talented. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, I actually have a novel. I wrote it as a gift to my brother because
Right.
he didn't really want much like me. I was always that nerdy guy, but he was always that chill gangster guy. You know what I mean? So I wanted to write
Okay.
him a story because everybody thought that it was so easy for me to go through college, and I said it's not. So I wrote him a story of my own journey in terms of going through college and what it's like being well, born in the ghetto, but how you put it now? You're raised by God, and God sends a bunch of people your way. Because how I got to this stage, like it is truly like a God alone couldn't do it. To be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Fast forward in the story, I decided to write a script, and it took me about 2 months because I know about writing, but like script writing, and I read online how to do it and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, what was I gonna do it? So studied it for about 2 weeks. Then after that I started rewriting my book as a script. The script was, don't laugh, 172 pages. Oh Lord, and a bunch of people laugh off of me. It was rough, honestly. Because when I started off, like nobody believed in me, to be honest. Everybody thought that I should just stick to the whole accounting thing, and I kind of believed it myself. So I didn't really take it as serious. And then eventually, in 2013, I
Mm-hmm.
got an opportunity. I actually was asked, right? I was asked by someone from the performing arts at COMC to follow them to go to an audition for the WACOPA, the World Championships of Performing Arts. And when I went there, what happened is that I was just responding to her, acting her monologue. And then they said, you know what? Can you act? So I was like, I'd like to think I can. And I do a little voice and whatever. So then they're like, you know what? We're gonna take a chance on you. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes and I want you to come back and show me what you have. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I said, all right, cool. And I went in and I just went into one of my little zones and I did it and they were really impressed. So they offered me an opportunity to be a part of Team Jamaica. I didn't have the
Right.
money and whatever, but then they had a Jamaica finals and I went and I acted and I also rapped.
Nice.
I Yeah, I rap. I
Nice.
rapped, and what ended up
So,
happening is, huh?
I say, because you can rap something for us now, right? You can like freestyle off the dome.
Oh Lord, such pressure, such pressure.
No,
Um, yeah, sure.
let me not trouble.
Tell you
At
what,
least leave it till the end. Let me leave it till the end.
fine.
Go
Towards
on,
the end, if you don't remember, hopefully you don't remember.
me remember.
But let me just say that. But so yeah, I ended up winning the acting round for Jamaica, and
Oh, really?
I won. I was the top actor for Jamaica, and
Mm,
I got half of my fees paid to go to LA. I already got my visa
nice.
and thing from my book, and so I didn't
Mm,
need to go through that rigmarole. Now, what ended up
right.
happening now is that I I had to raise like 200 and something $1,000. I did not even know where I was gonna get the money. So what I did, and this is where it really started off for me with working with people.
Yeah.
I pulled out a lot of my friends, people who I knew. I said, you know anybody who do performing arts? You know anybody who do performing arts? And everybody who did performing arts, we pulled together. It was like 20 something persons, and we pulled together and we did a little show, a little performing arts concert, right?
Right.
And it flopped.
Mm-hmm.
I had big expectations for that. We had a
Yeah.
massive planning over weeks, and it flopped. We never get no money. We never met no money. But
Dang.
what happened is one thing I learned about that is what that thing is. If you put your passion out there, like the whole world might not see it, but the right people will.
Right.
Turns out that somebody decided to pay for my ticket for me to go to LA, and they never cheap. And I actually had everybody had to pay the most expensive one. They chose the cheap. Sorry, no, everybody paid the cheapest way. So everybody was traveling together. But that person, they bought my ticket, and I didn't know. I actually had it wasn't a straight flight to LA, but it was straight to Miami and then straight to LA. So I reached like hours before everybody else, right?
Oh, wow.
So on top of
Okay.
that,
Let me just interrupt you a second.
mhm,
Just a hail up some people on the chat. I see
yeah,
Justin
man,
Hadi. He's saying, yo, keep the fire blazing.
awesome,
Who else is
anytime.
here? Say Pluto. What's that? Yeah, Pluto. That's Shiny Shields. She thinks she might be related to you, so she says Dario Shields, my far cousin. Oh, Fitz, Ryan Smith, Sheldon Harris there, Saeed, Hanifa. Hey, Hanifa, what's going on? I think I saw Joshua Paul. Yep, Joshua Paul. Um, Mark Anthony. Yeah, man, bag of people there. So yeah, hail up the people there, man, and continue their story about LA.
Blessings, everybody. Blessings. I kind of get ahead of myself when I'm talking about this because,
No
like, really and
worries.
truly, it is like one of those moments that actually defined my journey in film, which is why I'm
Mhm.
kind of gone into it. You get me? I say,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going fits right. I kind of because like a lot of people know, a lot of people didn't believe in me. Like everybody that I expected were gonna be at that thing, they didn't come. Everybody have a bugger excuse, and that's just how life is, you know. And I learned a lot from that event. To be honest, I learned who was real in my life. I learned who was just people who did things for the hype and all kind of stuff. But a few people, like at the event, we were catering. We buy a bag of chicken, bag of chicken that I bought. We got a whole heap of sandwiches and stuff donated. Like a whole heap of stuff was donated to the thing. And I was just really happy going down there to see the kitchen. Come here, I say everybody go on the amount of food and everybody go happy. I couldn't eat because I was super nervous. And then so the event flopped. And then there were like 17 people there outside of the performers, right? Some of them are family members. And
for
what
real.
ended up happening is, yeah. So the next day I got a call that someone wanted to pay for my ticket. About an hour later, I got a call. Somebody was donating $50,000. About 5 minutes after that, I got a call that I had a tax return of $75,000. Um, and just a bunch of calls during that one day because
Yeah,
like I did a bag of praying. I mean, I always say to people, say, "Oh, it no matter about who they about, pray." You get me? I say, if you believe in a God, yo, like just pray, just like I have faith. because really and truly, that is actually how you accomplish great things. I ended up going to LA, and I was the only rapper from Jamaica. You get me? I
Yeah.
say so because I'm a rapper there. Everybody was so intrigued about it, and then me getting on like a crazy vibe, sometimes. So a lot of persons don't even really realize, Samoya there. So hello Samoya, one of the persons who actually believed in me back then. We actually went to LA together. She actually
Somehow,
gave me the grand tour. She gave me the grand tour of LA. She's a part of Wacopa,
okay, cool.
So like when I did Wacopa, like I dropped out in the first round, right? I
Mm.
dropped out in the first round for acting, and I got a big ovation and all kind of stuff for my piece. Well, both of my pieces, and I swear that like I felt really really bad about the whole thing. But then I look at my teammates and they were in it. They were in the next round, so I just cheered them on. And because of that, I got what they call go-sees, where you had a bunch of people who wanted to see me, who wanted to meet me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
America's Got Talent, America's Got Talent, all kind of different people. You get me? I say, but I was so invested in my job, the 9 to 5 thing. But everybody is so scared to leave that
Yeah, man.
I gave up all of those type of stuff. I came back to Jamaica. I got a silver for rapping, and I got a 2 year acting scholarship. They gave out 10 acting scholarships that year, right? And I got a 2 year acting scholarship to the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts.
Mm-hmm.
I came back to Jamaica, and then I paid for all kind of different fancy stuff. And then like what's weird is that I was caught in between. Like I didn't know what to do. I was at work, right? And what you find is that I'm an accountant. That's my degree, right? And I was at work. I'm gonna finish off the check-ins and the payrolls and all kind of
Wait,
stuff.
sorry, what? What's up?
Now I was saying that I'm an accountant. That's my degree, and I had a job doing that. So what ended up happening is after I'm finished with all of that, with all my work tasks, one day I went into my drawer and I found a bunch of notes and stuff. And when I looked at it, it was songs that I was writing, it was story ideas I was scribbling down, and I just really didn't know like what to go on. You get me? I say. So what I did is that like I didn't know what I was doing. So I went up and I met up with some of my friends, Gafar and a few others, and
Wait,
I
Dario,
thought,
everybody is saying that they can't hear us. I'm not sure why, because I'm hearing you clearly and you're clearly hearing me clearly, but
hmm,
everybody else is saying they're not able to hear us. I'm not sure why that is.
able to hear
Um,
me specifically.
Let me
I could.
see. Well, there's nothing I can really do on my end because,
All right, tell you what. Let me try. Oh shoot.
hold on a
Can I
sec.
come out? Able to hear me now? If you can hear me, let me know. I took out the earpods.
All right, talk again. Let me hear you.
Yeah, man, you can hear me good?
Yeah, I'm hearing you perfectly fine. So I'm not sure why nobody else is hearing us because I'm hearing you perfectly fine. I'm guessing it probably the internet,
Oh
maybe
yeah,
Instagram or something else. But I'm hearing you clearly. All right,
yeah.
Fitzroy says he can hear.
Okay, and
Um,
Monica.
yeah,
Mon-
people said I'm can hear because I'm seeing people responding to what you're saying.
okay,
So I
okay,
don't know. I guess some people can't hear us. Maybe their internet connection is bad. I'm not
okay.
sure, but
Well,
anyway. Let me tell you, one of the things that I want to hear about,
huh?
is because I know you've won a couple of awards. I know you won awards at Gatfest, right?
Yeah.
What was that for? What film was that for?
Well, last year I entered too late. I think I won the audience award for Mobe. The year
Right.
before, I entered Shadow in the Dark. To be honest, I'm not completely sure what I won for that, but I think I won like 2 awards or something like that. And the year before, oh, trust me, I never remember that. I never remember. I never remember. But I have to get
And
back to you. I
I
can
think
just look up
you won an
the
award at the
standing.
Palm Bay Caribbean Festival in Florida.
Yeah, I won. I was nominated for best short film. I won best director. My lead actor won best actor.
Nice.
Um, and I think, and I think there was another one. I don't remember.
And that was for what,
I
too
don't
late?
remember. Huh?
That was, that was for too late?
Yeah, that was for Too Late.
Okay,
Yeah,
what
that
was too
was
late
like
about
I
again?
never expected to win the award for that film.
Tell the audience what was too late about and where they can
Uh,
find it to watch it.
I think I took it down offline. I need to upload it. Because
Oh,
there was
it,
an issue with the one that was there. I'm
ah,
not sure,
okay.
but I'll ensure it's there and I'll post and I'll send you the link and I'll post it on my
Well,
Instagram story.
just
But
give us a little synopsis. What was it about?
okay, well, it's actually about a regular story that everybody goes through. I think everybody could have related to that story. It's a story about a guy who is in love with his best friend. The unfortunate thing is that the girl just did feel the same about him, and she chose to be with the popular guy at school who ended up breaking her heart. And then
Mm.
da 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 da. When you watch a movie, you find out. But the thing that I
Of
appreciate, and I
course.
think a lot of persons appreciate about some of my films, is that I try to bring you on a familiar path, and then I then change the script, flip the script, that you
Right,
can't guess. It's rare that somebody can guess the ending. Like for
right.
example, were you able to guess the ending of Knock Knock when you read the script? We're not
No.
guessing enough. But yeah, so I mean, I think that that's one of the things that I've developed as a writer to build on those suspense type vibe, because one of my favorite directors is is Alfred Hitchcock, and he's always like he's full of mystery and stuff. So like I take that
Yeah,
from
Alfred Hitchcock is a good one.
yeah.
Um, One of the things that I want to talk to you about before we start talking about how COVID-19 has been affecting the industry, one of the
Uh-huh.
things I want to talk to you about now is like um, what your goals are as a filmmaker, because I know a lot of times, a lot of times people wonder why get into film and where do you expect to go, but I know you have big goals. I also want to know like what are some of the common challenges, and after you tell us about the challenges, I
Uh-huh.
want you to talk about that movie that you were supposed to shoot, but what happened, well, I never shoot. But let's start with the goals. What's your goal as a filmmaker? Why filmmaking? Why not stick with the accounting? Come on, where you can
Okay.
get consistent money.
Well, I mean, I've been blessed to have both sides of the coin, to make a lot of money and to not make no money, right? And I can tell you that it's honestly best to do what you love.
Mm,
When I'm doing film, I lose myself. If anybody has been on a set with me, or been when I'm shooting or directing or doing anything at all regarding film or the creative arts, I get really animated, and it's just where I find the peace. You know what I mean? And I feel like if it is that you're sharing a story, you should share a story that can impact someone, right? Now, the beauty of film is that it can impact across languages, cultures,
yep.
all kind of different people. And I think the biggest stage that you can actually create some form of impact is actually the Academy Awards. So that's why a few years ago, I actually had a dream, and I woke up and I said, "That's what I'm gonna do." I was
Mm,
I was severely depressed. My life was not going good. Everything I wanted to do failed. People that were around me that I thought were on my team was just like, just did it for the ride. So when the good times come, them good. When the bad times come, them gone. And what
yo,
ended up happening
that
is
happens. Trust me.
I was there super
That
depressed.
happens. That's why the older you get, the fewer friends you have,
Oh,
because
trust me, may I
you
realize that.
whittle out, yeah, man, you whittle out the friends that are not real.
I
Sorry?
am realizing that, trust me. But I mean, the dream that I had birthed this idea to be an Oscar winning director. I went to my bed and well, obviously, and then I saw the Oscars. I was drone shots, fancy stuff, and then what ends up happening is that they say, and the Oscar goes to, and they call out the name of the film, but I can't remember the name of the film, right? I can't remember it in the dream. It's so clear, but I can't remember the name of the film, right? But then they say the Oscar goes to from Jamaica, Dario Shields, right? Best director, and you know them started them things. So I get up and I'm walking towards the stage. I look so different. As one of my little chat them, me look big. You know what I mean? Jacket, the whole suit type thing. And if you know me, you know, so me don't really wear suit on purpose, right? So I
Right.
was walking up to the stage, and it was just like I was just like it was truly like I was in a dream, but I was in reality. And the feeling was just so overwhelming. I took up that Oscar and I looked back and I saw my family there. I saw some friends. I saw persons who were in the film. People me can't remember their face. So I just link up with them for a no. Is it man? and then
Yeah,
what ended
man.
up,
Yeah, man.
and then what ended up happening now is like I um that Dario looked back, right? That Dario looked back at me, who was just actually on the stage peering through that little curtain, and he says, "Don't worry, you're gonna get here. Keep going." And he turns around and he said, "Yeah!" And he's like, he puts up the Oscar and he's like, you know, and then I do like a speech, you know, he got in that Dario, the way how Dario would behave. You get what I said? And then instantly I woke up and I was smiling and I said, "Yo, maybe that's what I need to do." And then since then I just got the drive to really push and push and push. And I
Yeah.
think during that time, I was actually going to that challenge that you were asking, and why I didn't do that film. The film is called Breathe. It's actually the movie version of the book that I wrote. And
Okay.
I had so many challenges, challenge after challenge. The actor that wanted to do this quit. The money I was supposed to get for that now come, and I didn't do any film before. So what I ended up doing is that I said, you know what, I'm gonna do a short film. Everybody laugh off me. People laugh off me to scan. I ended up doing a short film with two phones, guys. Two
With two what?
Samsung Galaxy
Oh, two
S3.
phones. Oh, okay.
Two phones with some people that were in a youth group that I was in. Two phone. And the movie did shot. And here, me have something to tell you. Funny movie. Really nice. It was really nice. Really nice. But then, like, it had so many film flaws now that I look back at it. And then people laugh off of me. Some people laugh off of me to stand. And then I say, you know, I'm not gonna give up. Every time I felt depressed, felt bad, I go on my bed and me have that dream. So till I started dreaming with my eyes open with that whole thing, that Dario that says, "Don't worry, you'll get here." I'm saying, all right, no problem, me get there. Cause me like how me look, me like the fact say, oh, me look suave, you know, me look good. So I say, I'm go coffee. And then since then, I started doing a bunch of films. I started testing theories. People say, "Oh, this a film and not gonna work out because This a film and not gonna work out because I don't like that. I don't like. You need to work on audio. You need to work on cinematography. You need to work on that." I didn't have a team around me to help me with these. People just set them there on me, and then they never there on me. So bless God for the few people who were there. And then my proudest film to this day is a film that we know as Shadow in the Dark. I had Kaisha on board. I think you gave me some pointers on the script when I was writing
Yeah,
it. And I
I
mean,
remember.
like, a bunch of people like just came on board. The film budget would have been like $900,000. Guys, I spent like $80,000 on that movie, right?
Mm.
80 grand. Chef Brother Oliver came on board. He taught us how to make blood, and he was just the actor. You get me? I say,
You know,
um,
Chevron is a massively multi-talented guy.
yeah,
Like
man, Chef
that guy
Brother
is
shot now.
that
Chef
guy
Brother,
is the yeah, Chevron is the make it work guy. You know,
oh, trust
you
me,
just
he is.
make it
And I
work.
mean,
No mistakes.
I started meeting a lot of people. Like I started growing with a whole heap of people, and it was never about me anymore, but it was mostly about the story and getting it right. So I had to silence my ego that was developing. I had to silence
Mhm.
the whole Dario who thinks that he's the big boss because I'm the director and stuff. And I found that as I started working with people more, the
Mm.
output of everything just got so much better. And I mean, I ended up driving an ambulance. We got an ambulance for the movie. We
Yeah.
we got money to do the movie, money for food, all kind of different things. We ended up doing a big ass premiere for it, which was actually the evening before the evening after premiere, right? I just wanted to do the premiere, and then we wanted to do a school tour. And then what ended up happening is that a bunch of different chaotic stuff happened in everybody's personal life, so we didn't really get the chance to do the school tour. However, when it came to the premiere, the day we were setting up, things weren't working out. Kaisha and Chevrolet said, "Dario, don't worry, we got this, yo. We go deal with it. You know, see you stress out. Gafar was there.
Yeah.
Yo, me you stress out, doing what I'm friend him doing was there. Yo, Dario, let's take a step back. We got this." So when you have true friends around you, it just makes the journey so much easier. You get me? I say a
Very
bunch
true.
of people said they were gonna come in, a bunch of problems happened, right? I mean, I tell you, say I stepped outside. We got red carpet, the whole 9 yards. I had this big banner made, all kind of different things. So we
Mm.
left to get ready and come back. One of my friends from high school, he said that he was gonna give us a use of his stretch limo. And you know me, both more
Oh,
shaping and style. So 'cause this film was like everything to me. You get me? I say, and
yeah, man.
we met up the limousine and we were coming and we were just creating a whole heap of vibe. People were calling, "Yo, everybody there outside and wait for you." At this time, when we were leaving, it was close to the premiere time. And then when up happened is like we were late, and I thought that the thing did go flop. You know what I mean? Just like some
Yeah.
of the other events that I did, I swear the thing did go flop. I'm saying, "You know what, God, maybe just do this, yeah, man." And Kaisha's like, "Dario, don't worry, we got this." So we all are praying at the limousine, so the thing just turned out really good. Like people received the film and everything was good. I said, "Man, when we reach at the place and at the limousine and we are drinking champagne and thing. Brother, it
Mm.
feels like it was Hollywood. I swear. I swear. It was actually right over by UWI Western Campus. The place full. Everybody the outside away upon we. Everybody have camera light, photography, all kind of different things. And it was just crazy. Everybody stepped out, and me I stepped out last, because I was the director and me and Kaisha is the lead actress, and we wanted to make
Yeah.
an entrance. The seven when we step outside, man, it was just crazy. A bunch of people, "Yeah, there, you take a picture with you," and it was just really nice. And when we went inside, a bunch of people wanted to take pictures with us at the red carpet, and we go inside to the premiere. It was a really different style of premiere. And then when we reach inside now to play the movie, did a speech, whatever, whatever. When the movie was playing, that was the most interesting part. When the movie was playing, there was no noise, and just as I expected, those people would actually feel um feel the emotions, the different emotional points in the movie. And I tell you, some man, it was just everything. Like people felt the movie, and I felt at peace, like me feel like me touch people, me impact people, because
Right.
that was the goal of doing the
Yeah,
movie, to impact people, because we wanted to raise awareness against rape, against violence against women, because at that
yeah, man.
time,
Very important.
I mean, you did your movie as well, you know what I mean, about that, and I mean,
Yeah.
it was just beautiful. It was honestly just like the reception of that, and everybody wanted to see the movie again, but I
Yeah,
guess
man.
it's
I see Russian actress Russian and Shanna Lee cheering you on. Look like Shanna. I swear Shanna Lee thinks she really your cousin. So she has say she did a skit just like that in class. Imagine she was acting out your life story. But Daryl, let me tell you. So we soon get to the segment where we talk about how we manage this COVID-19 thing. But like the last thing I want to ask, right, is
hmm
is the the reason why I consider you a very unique filmmaker is because you are in Mobay. Mobay is definitely not one of the places known for film in Jamaica. It's just like how my brethren them in Mandeville who do film, and that's not a common thing in Mandeville. So the other day when they did a movie called Your Days Tomorrow, it was
Yeah,
like
but
a
I'm moving
big
that
thing.
bad.
So my thing now is that you are not just doing film as a hobby. You're not doing it as something on the side, it's your living, right?
Oh
So
yes.
how is that? How that working will be like? How you navigate that space? You know that must be challenging.
Well, the truth is, if you do something that you're passionate about, the right people will see. And when the right people see, then you will be exalted.
Right.
I'm a Christian, undoubtedly, and I believe in God, even when a lot of people think that should, I should think realistic, and I think in the dreamland. I believe in God. You know what I mean? So
Right. So
what
you're
happened
very
is
sensitive.
that as I push my passion forward, people see it, and people
Right.
are open to meeting with me, and then through meeting with me, they actually want to pour into me different things. So like for
Uh,
example, I learned videography and photography because I didn't have persons around me to teach me. So I learned it through different mediums, through online classes, through the YouTube world, through New York, and all kind of stuff. And what ended up happening
right.
is that, and then I also went to UE and I did that course in it. So as I did each stage, I met a lot of different people, right?
Right. So networking
Um,
was a very powerful thing, right?
yeah, so networking actually did it. And
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. I see Jamaica fencing saying they can't hear it. Jamaica fencing, you might have to fiddle with your speakers. Because one or two persons said they couldn't hear earlier and they did something and it got fixed.
oh, the
So
volume button.
Pluto is saying tap your volume button. So try that out. I don't know if you can hear, but tap your volume button. But yeah, Dario, yeah, you were saying now about
Yeah,
your maybe.
yeah. So what happened is that I kept because when I quit accounting, I never have a job or not like that. You see me? So what I did is
Mm,
that I know a lot of people, and I volunteer doing stuff a lot. And when I volunteer doing these things, you know who normally they are charities? Rich people.
yeah,
So what
true.
happens is when you do your work and you do it properly, the right people are gonna see it, and then they're gonna need some
Right.
stuff that they need to be done. So I actually did a volunteer work. This is actually how I started making money from videography, right? I did a
Right.
volunteer thing, and then from that, one of the persons who were organizing it asked me to help them with a little
Oh,
class project they had.
I cut you again. I cut in you again. Just
Sure.
take a look at the comments and see what this person name. It's Leshan. I think you definitely should respond to that comment. You see it?
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, the truth is that I really just I want my life to actually mean something because it didn't reach to this point as yet in the conversation. I'm not sure if Kevin was going to touch on it, but one of the biggest motivational push for me to actually push to actually do a feature film is where I almost died in 2018. I got nominated for the Governor General Award because of film. Um, I lost. Chronics won. I mean, of course, Chronic's gonna win in the entertainment sphere, right? Um,
Yeah, I can't see why they would choose Chronics over you though. I'm joking.
exactly. I mean, why? I mean, I am Dario. So like, it was so humbling, man. I lost, but I felt so. And Chantal Jackson was in it, and
Oh, oh,
she
we
she
got to
won. She
Chantal.
won that year. Yeah, she won the female, and a guy from. They gave it to two guys and two ladies, and
Mm,
Chantal Jackson won for the female. I don't remember the next young lady, and Chronix and
okay.
the guy from Ravers won, and they're awesome
Okay.
people, like amazing people. Now 2 weeks later, I actually had an accident on Spur Tree Hill. If people know that hill, I was in a
Oh,
bus, and the
it
bus
must be an accident that.
lost control of the brake. The bus flipped over and went over the hill. I was thrown out of the bus, and I almost died. And I in the midst of all of that, I lost a lot of I lost all my equipment. Um, I lost all my equipments. I lost my laptop with all the Miss Universe files, and like it
Oh,
was, yeah. I actually was the creative director for Miss Universe Jamaica, and again, that is actually through me just giving my passion. I was
so
dating a young lady.
you see guys, if you never heard about Dario Shields, you hear how much things the man do, you hear how much things the man involved with, Governor General Award nominee, creative director for Miss Jamaica. Yo, Dario is not a simple youth. Don't take him simple. So if you haven't heard about him, you need to go find him on YouTube and check out his work. You know, link up with him.
Yeah, man. I'm officially starting my YouTube channel. I'm releasing the episode tomorrow night, my first ever episode on YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm giving it the name yet, but work with me, bear with me, you know. Pluto, it's actually not Grammy. Grammy is for music. As
No,
much
but
as
you're a rapper supposed to get Grammy. You
no,
can get
no,
Grammy. You're a
no,
rapper.
no, 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 no,
Yeah, you're a rapper. What?
no.
You
As
can't
much
get
as
Grammy.
I mean, I actually started rapping. And guys, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. It seems I'm just really passionate
Bro,
about it,
I super
and there's
focus. Yeah, I
just
super
so
focus.
much to share. So you guys have to just steer me and ask me any specific questions. But like the truth is that and Rasheen, sure, I have no problem with working with anybody. I think that there's nothing that anybody can do by themselves, and I
Right.
think that collaboration is the key for us to grow. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That it's the key
Exactly.
for us
Well
to grow.
said.
Once we come together,
Well said.
that's where the magic truly happens. You
Yeah.
know?
So
Um,
reeling back to your car crash now. So you crashed in this bus. You lost all your equipment. You lost all your files from Miss Jamaica. What
mhm.
what happened next? Because I know the story. You told me the story, but tell everybody else the story. What happened next?
Well, I was severely depressed. I was in pain for 3 weeks. Couldn't go out of my bed because my rib was damaged, my leg was damaged. I could have, I'd be a hop me a hop. I wasn't making any money or anything. I actually quit my job because my boss was just like, I had an accident and he wanted me to come and work. I mean, that didn't make no sense. You get me? I said, we had a little
Right.
toss about it and I just left. And, it's in the darkest points where I'm not sure who said it about like knowing what your purpose is, that I actually found that film is it. Like, no matter what struggles I go through in a life, you will always hear me say, I'm going for that Oscar. You understand? No go, no come. Me a go feet. You understand?
Right.
Um, I got an inspiration to do a movie, and that movie is too late. I linked up with one of my friends and I said, "Yo, bro, I have an idea, and I wanted to just like, I wanted to, even if me I go hop and do it." I didn't ask. I asked so many people to come on board to help me out with this movie. Everybody tell me no. I had a lot of friends in Kingston who would have helped, but at Kingston then they, I make me not no money to put them up or anything like that. So
Right. Right.
um, I reach out and say, "Oh, let me equipment." Nobody now do that. Nobody want rent. Nobody know everybody wanted money, and I understand. Everybody have their own
Yep.
challenges that they need
Yep,
to deal
man.
with. So I
Yeah.
couldn't bash them for that. I didn't lifestyle that. You know what I mean? And a friend of mine says, "Dario, say me have a little tea tree. I not really use it, but you can use it." See, all right, cool, cool. And then afterwards, he gave it to me, but he lent it to me and said, "Oh, do whatever you need to do with it. Me I lend it for 6 months. You can try get back yourself up." I had an old laptop. I say, "Yo, that thing took forever to load Premiere Pro." But
Okay.
me try use it and me do a little project and me make a little money and me do a thing. But and eventually I bought a 4K camera and slowly I rebuilt. And in many senses, I'm kind of happy that I had the accident. People understand what I mean by that, so I'll explain. Um, that accident helped to push me to actually challenge myself. Using the little that I had, I actually, they say every make a muscle. I used that
Yep.
little to actually started improving my work. Now, if you check my page, you'll find that I don't post a lot of my work, and that's because I have been given the great opportunity to work with some very amazing people. I did a project the other day for Sony, which is actually going to be coming out soon. Um, it's actually a
Nice.
documentary, and that actually was set up by Jampro. So for persons here who don't believe in a Jampro and Jafta, you guys should join them because honestly, they look out for people. You get me? I say they truly look out for people. Every single time that they have some type of project or anything like that in Mobe, I don't know who else they call, but they call me and it's, "Dario, are you available for this?" They have some type of training Dario, are you available for that? Dario, are you available for this? And you know, it's these type of stuff that actually help to push me to actually
Right.
say, oh, you know, so I can do a feature film. So I've actually been working on a feature film that I want to incorporate as much people as I can. I think that people sit and think that you need $50 million to do a film. Guys, I have done to date 11 short films, 6 documentaries. Um, I've been a part of Lenny Little White's film, I think, let me, A Family Affair.
Right.
Amazing, amazing cast and crew. We ended up going to a villa, Melia Braco, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we were there for like a week. That guy showed me how to do a movie in 7 days, a full-on feature film in 7 days with a very minute budget. And
Right.
all of that training actually showed me that, listen, we are limit ourselves. You get me, I say? And
Mm.
a lot of people don't understand my drive when I say, yo, I'm doing a feature film. Because if you want to win one Oscar award, you know, impossible to win it on the first feature film, but you still have to do a feature film. All the films I did, all the films that I've done so far, I've learned so much from them. So, like, if you guys have ideas for films, go ahead and do them. It's fine to do
Right.
a film where people say, yo, that nah gonna work, that fool. Me not like, listen, how many people you know who claims that them a filmmaker, who claims that them a photographer, who claims that them a this or them a that, actually go out and risk something. Like risk it,
Mm.
like risk your job, risk being broke for a year to
Right.
actually challenge yourself to do something. There's so many things that I have planned to do. Like for example, I want to start a film school to teach people how to do films, how to write scripts and those type of stuff. And I paused every single thing and I said, you know what? I'm going to do this film and I'm going to enter it into Propeller because I think that Propeller can actually help to push this film way past what I can do on my own. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
I shut down every single thing. The feature film that I wanted to do, the script writing, the script write. My writers, my co-writers are stressing me out about it. But the script write,
They will
Kevin has
do
a bag
that.
of problems
They
with
will
it,
do that.
but it right and you gotta keep improving. You gotta keep improving and you have to have a team around you because what you go find is that you can't do things by yourself. You know what I mean? Um
Here's the thing, no. 'Cause here's the thing, no.
Aviera.
Oh, right now the country is on lockdown,
Mhm.
right? And I know everybody I talk to. I don't know if Mark's still on the line. Mark Anthony is still on the line. You know, I see Icon here, so I'm assuming that that's Wentworth. And some filmmakers here. But I don't say, yo, shoots lockdown, people at home, you know, like how you managing? How you managing without like are there anything going on for you?
Well, I will say this. It has been the first few days of this have
Yeah.
been detrimentally painful for me. I got literally some of the biggest projects that you could ever think about. You know what I mean? I felt
Yeah.
so happy, at peace. My new lens came. I felt so happy, ready to go shoot. And then I heard, actually, I was working on a project with the Ministry of Health, and
Yeah.
I was gonna deliver the last cut to them, and then she said, one of the ladies there said, Dario, we're gonna have to put this on pause. So I said, why? What happened? Oh, we're just doing a little preparations for the possibility of COVID-19. So I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. From here, that and I said, Jano. The next day, guys, I went down to the parish council because I was dropping off some forms of things that you'll learn about soon. Um,
Mm.
and then breaking news. Jamaica has its first case. I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. And I was just like, and then afterwards, within about 1 hour, I had about 19 projects for that month. Let me tell you, it was a good month. March was supposed to be a good month. Very good month. I had a beautiful
Right.
shoot on April 3rd. That get cancelled. Wedding on April 17th. That get cancelled. All kind of problems, right? And then WhatsApp, message, calls, emails. Dario, I am sorry. Started off, hey Dario. Good day, Dario. Dear Dario.
Right.
And it was just crazy. And you know what I did is that I said I stepped back and I spoke to a few of my friends and I said, yo, Mr. So did you want to do this? Somebody have this plan and and they said, Dario, shut up. One person said, Dario, shut up. Look at what the world is going through. Like seriously, look at what the world is going through. They might try. The government are trying, and this is the best thing they can do right now. So guess what?
Right.
What can you do right now, Dario? You know have things to do. You know, say you want to start school. You get things together for that. Dario, you know, say you want to do big film. You finish write the script. Dario, you know, say, Dario, you know, study movies. You know, I'm not for do. So I said, you know what? Maybe I can use this time some sort of positivity. I have a bunch of books I haven't read yet. Start
Yo,
reading.
that's
I have a
exactly
bunch
where
of,
I'm at. I even have a bunch of film books that I say,
oh
yo, I have to
Lord.
go read.
Oh,
And I've
trust
even looked at my computer at some stuff that I wanted to edit for the longest while,
me.
but they just kept me getting pushed off because, you know, you have bills to pay. But now it's
Exactly.
like, well, I have time, so it's time to finish up this in. Learn something
Yes.
new. That's my thing. I'm trying to learn something new, a language and something, a new technique where film is concerned, whether it's editing or whatever. I'm trying to learn how to market myself better on social media, right? You know, that's why I even taking up this live thing in terms of I've never really done a live before, except out of just idleness, you know, like you're on a set and you do like a live thing, but I've never done like a live interview thing before. So I said, boy, you know, let me explore that, see what that is like. You know, I've been advising other filmmakers, hey, try push the editing more, see if you can get some editing jobs. Writers, I've been telling writers, write. Now is the time to write because
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure you have your script as solid as possible, have your proposals as solid as possible, so that when this thing does lift, you hit the ground running, right?
Yeah,
When this thing, nobody should be starting from scratch, right?
exactly.
Everybody should be hitting that ground running because the race continues. You see what I'm saying?
And I mean, even as you said that, you know, and this is what separates the winners from the people them who try. I mean, I say losers, because nobody really loses. If you look at it, nobody really loses. You get me? I say. So like
Right.
the other day, I have a bunch of equipment that I haven't even used. I'm gonna say maybe this can do that, maybe this can do that, maybe this can do that, and I actually learned. I wanted to learn it for a really long time. I'm not sure if anybody knows. It's called the Hitchcock vertigo effect, right? They have it in
Mm.
Jaws. Like it's a wicked effect. For you guys who are
I know
actually
exactly what
doing
you're talking about.
movies, who are writers and stuff, when you add that thing in your movie, just YouTube it. Let me type it right here, right? Um, vertigo effect.
I know what you're talking about. That's when you're kind of like dollying or jibbing in at while
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
focusing.
It is crazy. And I actually learned how to
Yeah.
do it on the gimbal, and it's like crazy. I can't wait to test it out on something. So, and even talking about what you say I'm doing, I'm using the time to actually connect with people more. There's a lot of people who are just
Good.
in my phone who like we only link each other when you need something from them. You know, your friend, your JP friend, you want to sign a document. You know, your friend by the tax office who you know so you can get through faster. Call them. You never know what a person is going through. You get me? I say
True,
like
true.
and then when you check, well, go on rule master there. You see me? I say and then now what happened is that there is so many things that you can actually do. Start making a list of things that you've always wanted to do. Start making a list of things that you want to stop doing. So that's
Yeah.
actually how I've been doing it. And then one thing I've learned as well during this time is that God will never embarrass you. You get me? God will
Yeah.
never embarrass you. Remember I said to you that I wanted to start retouching up the script because I have until April 15th to submit
Right, right,
for
right.
Propeller. I got up this morning and I said, God, that day you feel whatever you want me to do, I'll deal with it. But after I finish eat breakfast, I am going to go around the computer and write. But if you feel as if we need to do something else, no problem. I was eating a sandwich, and as me about to take the last bite of the sandwich. Last bite, you know. You want to know, say, me get a call. Yo, Dario, where are you now? So I'm there, sitting down, eating. Oh, when you match up on a music video for me, can you DVD? When you want to shoot it. So I say, when? 30 minutes from now, man. 30 minutes from now. So,
30
okay.
minutes from now.
Yeah. I never heard the song before. I didn't know the artist. I didn't know what go on. Then they say, yo, they want me to shoot one video. And like, it's just like God showing you that, listen, when you put yourself out there for him, to do things for him, and God bless you and God bless you. So like, even the last couple of days, a bunch of my projects that I was depending on get cancelled or postponed or whatever. But then you find that you get these new cards and these new messages and these new things that people want you to do and these type of stuff. Because like I always say, so if it is that I was sitting down, just idling around, I wouldn't have learned how to do. Even there's this really cool shot that you guys have probably seen in a music video before.
Right.
Let me just show you. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like this. Like you hold the camera right there and you just do like this. Wait. It's like ridiculously cool. I learned to do it at the gimbal. And this all happened because of me using this time to just kind of hone in on some skills that I needed to touch upon. I don't really like to shoot that much. You get me? I'm not really the shooter. I like ask other persons to do the shoot. I like to direct. But like when I did that shot today, I didn't even know that two more artists were there. So guess what? Because of that little shot that I learned, and everybody sees it and they love it. And they say, oh, that's different. You never seen a music video before. And I'm like, really? And then I got two more projects because of that. Literally.
Nice.
So like it's that you keep improving yourself. Like people are always waiting for an opportunity to start getting ready. No. Get ready. The opportunity will come.
Exactly. And I mean, on that note, I want us to just start sharing some tips because we basically have to come to a close soon. We've gone 56 minutes. So I want to kind of try to wrap it up as, close to an hour. If we go a little over an hour, it's no big deal. But like what you just said a while ago is important because just yesterday I was giving animators advice on how to cope with COVID-19. And one of the things I think the very first thing that I said was learn new skills. Because right now, what people not realizing, right, is that with COVID-19, a lot of people have been sent home. When COVID-19 is gone, they're not going to get rehired, right? And that means that there are going to be a lot more freelancers out there, which means that there's going to be a lot more competition. So you have to set yourself apart from the competition.
Exactly.
Right? And then the next tip that I give people is show off your work. Don't keep your work to yourself. Make people know what you do because when you just like you said earlier, by reaching out to people, seeing how them doing, etc., it lets you getting a job, and then boom. Because the fact of the matter is, out of sight, out of mind. When you remind them that you're around, you come on the top of their mind again, and then they remember say, oh, so I want to shoot this music video. Let me call Dario, right? And then of course, when them see the new skill that you learn, two more people jump on board, right? So the proof is in the pudding. Use this time to learn. Don't use this time to move. Don't sit down and say, oh God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Go and learn something new. Go and learn something new and give yourself an excuse to go and experiment with it. Right? Don't just watch it on the computer and then make it sit in your brain. Actually actualize it, so people can see what you can do. And the other thing that I was telling people is networking. Networking is key. Right now you can't really do no face-to-face networking, but you can still network on social media, right? And my whole thing is, stop use social media for post-government, stop use social media for argue with people about facts and them spelling. Use social media to reach us. So like for actors, and I said to the actors, say, like we don't have anything to do right now, do some acting reels, do some self-tapes, put them up on YouTube, reach out to some casting directors, both locally, regionally, and internationally. Develop relationships with directors because You know how these things go. Right now, you're on this live. Rushin says she want to work with you. I'm sure Pluto wants to work with you. Pluto, she's, as I said, she shares your last name, and she's an excellent poet. She's an
Okay.
excellent actor. I mean, I just gave some tips a while ago. You have any tips that you have in mind to tell people out there how they can you make use of this time?
I mean, the kind of the same thing that you said. However, like one of the things I'll say as well is hone in on what it is that you really love. Like spend the time and figure out what it is that you love. Because I'm so like one of the things I find so ungrateful of some people is like they have a job now, right? And the managers are cutting back their times because they have to find a way to balance out everything, but they still want everybody happy to some extent, as best as they can. And persons are like complaining about it. They oh, me have to go work, more work from yard, those any kind of complaint. It's even that you love what you do, you're not gonna really have much of a problem with that. You get me? I say, yeah, you have your bills, yeah,
Right.
you have that, but then like figure out what it is that you want. Make sure that that's what it is. What right now, use this time right now to figure out exactly where you're going, like what it is that you want. Like start doing vision boards, like a vision board for yourself. So at least you can time a path, like create a
Right.
timeline for what you wanted. Like for example, the next 6 months, the next year, the next 5 years, where you want to see yourself. Um, Improve on your skills. Start meeting new people. There is Instagram. There is a lot of film groups on Facebook. There's the Facebook Jamaican film industry. If you're a writer, there's a whole heap of writing groups online where you can actually share your work with a lot of writers. You know what I mean? You
Right.
can ask for
Right.
tips from
Right.
a lot of writers, a lot of big name, high profile people there. And I'll say this as well, don't limit yourself. You don't need to have a 4K camera to do a movie, a Area or Alexa or a Red. You can actually just have a Samsung Galaxy S3 and you start. You know what I mean? You start. Just start. Like that's what I said to people. Just start. I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel. Always. For years. My friends have stressed me out. Dario, you should do a YouTube channel. Because I do voices, right? Like hi, my name is Dario. And like stuff like that. My voice not in a mood for them stuff they know. But like I can do
Right.
voice and everybody's like, do stuff like that. Like the same things that Dino and like Fat Skull and Prince Pine and those people do. I can do those type of stuff too. I do them around my friends a lot. Everybody's like, dude, you can go viral. And I'm like, I don't know. And then afterwards, I said, you know what? I'm gonna just like you say a while ago, Pluto, just start. So I started a
Yeah, man.
YouTube channel, and then every single week in that YouTube channel, so like Sundays is gonna be like my journey, where I talk about my journey as a filmmaker. You know what I mean? Um, except that tomorrow is where it's gonna drop, or maybe I should just wait until next week. Yeah, I should wait until next week to drop it. Yeah,
You wait until next week. You're ignoring your own advice. Just start. Just
yeah.
start.
No, Miss McCall, start. Well, start. You just even if you
I just
start,
tease you. Just
it's
tease
good
you.
to still have a plan, right? You still have to have a plan. And I'm gonna challenge myself as well with some of the stuff that I love, like for example, rapping. I love rapping. I like to think that I'm really good at it.
And,
Especially
and,
with
and, and the perfect segue into the end of this thing. Can you wrap us out?
uh, um, sure. Let me try to remember one of my songs because I usually did Eminem, right? I used to do like one of the songs I did. I surprised some people by doing Rock God one day.
Oh,
Yeah, I did Rock God, and everybody was like, "Oh shit, like really?" Mockingbird, Lose Yourself. So when I went to LA, I did this song. Um, uh, that's
put you
trying
on
to
this.
hear my voice. I'm thinking if I should use a beat or not. What you guys think?
Nah.
Beat or not? Nah, no beat. That's going to stress me out. All right, so
Give me a mic. I got something to say. Yeah, I've been out a couple of times trying to fight this fight. And I mean, when I say, hey, tonight's the night, I'm gonna be that star with the brightest light. It's like I'm trying to face it, but my time is wasted. The batteries in my clock, I just can't replace it. The footsteps of hope, I try to retrace it. I can't reveal the truth when you know it's naked. True, my gosh, there goes my allergy, which is caused by symptoms of poverty. Born a better life. That's my philosophy. Hypocrisy, yeah, don't let it bother me. Yeah, that's that for now. You're welcome.
All right, all right.
Yeah, so that is one of the little talents that's in the little drawer that I take out sometimes.
Well, big up the people and leave your parting words, and we can just call it a night from here.
Oh yeah.
And just to let everybody know, tomorrow I'm gonna be. What's that? You said something?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, just leave us with some parting words, and I'll tell everybody what we're gonna be doing tomorrow. Because I'm gonna do another Instagram live tomorrow. So I'll tell
Okay.
everybody what that is about and who I'm gonna be talking to. So
Okay,
yeah,
no
give them
problem.
some parting advice.
No problem. Well, for everyone, I'd like to say, yo, just try to keep safe. You know what I mean? Don't ignore the warnings and the advice that persons are giving. Um, Sanitize not just because of COVID, but sanitize because it's good and it's right and it's healthy. Try to keep yourself active. Try to keep your body active so you know you don't what you call it now, you don't um, develop some type of fatigue or whatever. And also keep your mind healthy by practicing whatever it is that you do. You get me? I'm saying? Like, keep your mind healthy. I write movies, so I watch a lot of movies. Like, my Netflix almost done, literally. I study movies. I study a lot of scripts. I study a lot of songs. Because at the end of the day, if you really want to be the best, you got to learn what the best are doing and try to do it with your own spin, but do it a little bit better. Um, Network. I can't stress that enough. You have more than enough time. You can't say another time. Network, put yourself out there. And I'm gonna take Kevin's advice. I need to I need to start posting some stuff on my page, on my business
Yeah.
page, you know. So I'm actually gonna post the name, the list of it here. And you guys can go check it out. I'm gonna start posting some stuff there. Um some more because I don't post a lot of my work. It's not that I don't want to or I'm not proud of it. It's just that I don't know. I just don't. So it's kind of weird. So I'm gonna give
Okay.
an advice and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna say, yo, try to just network, put yourself out there because you never know. I posted a picture of a wedding that I did like 3 years before, right, on my WhatsApp. Someone messaged me and said, my cousin is getting married and she needs a photographer. So I said, all right, sure. Can I give them your number? She said, can I give them your number? I said, sure. And the person called me like 5 minutes later. I got the wedding. And then I went to the wedding. I was shooting. I was having my own little fun, ensuring everybody happy, doing me, being very respectful of people and all kind of stuff. And then I got 3 more weddings from that. And I still don't post my stuff. You get me? So like, take my advice and take it.
And that's the thing. The proof is in the pudding. You post something and you got a job, and you
Yeah,
get more than one job, and you're still not posting. So you need to
yeah.
post.
No, the thing is, once I post, once I post, then usually I always get projects from that. But if you're a photographer, if you're a writer, like you, Pluto, you are a poet. Post some of your work. Take a
No,
snapshot,
yeah, man.
post it on your
Let me tell
page.
you. You need to go on her Instagram and check out her COVID-19 poem, and you need to check out her Jasmine Dean poem. Really powerful stuff. But
Okay,
yo, I'm gonna have to cut it off now. We're going to close off right now.
no problem.
Because I have to get to some work. But tomorrow I'm gonna be talking with David Wilson. David Wilson is from Caribflix TV. Caribflix TV is basically the Caribbean Netflix, right? It's still in its baby stages, but this guy is hustling to make a platform for us to be on. And what we're going to be talking about tomorrow is basically how COVID-19 is affecting the cinema industry. you know, because we're seeing a lot of cinemas shutting down. And the question is, when COVID-19 is gone, how many of them will reopen? Will any of them reopen? Will people be so used to streaming that they're not willing to go to the movies anymore? Or will people be so tired of being at home they're going to just rush to the theaters, you know, exactly what's going to happen? So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So,
Okay.
Dario, thanks again for joining.
Definitely,
And
man. Thanks for having me.
jump on the live tomorrow and listening to the discussion. All right?
All right. I will do.
Everybody stay safe and get some rest.
All right, guys.
All right. Take care. Thanks again.
Yeah, man.